Folks, we're going to bring your headliner to the stage. Very funny man. Please give a big, warm CDR welcome to Paul F. Tompkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Graham said to me as we shook hands and I took the stage, "Let's do it." Which I didn't understand, because then he walked off the stage and now I'm here by myself. I don't know what part he is playing in all of this. This is the place. Here he is.
Let's do it!
Some really great upper body work, Graham. Very stately, like the stately giraffe. This is the sweet spot right here, as I could feel the air. So I'm sorry to absolutely all of you, but I seem to have found the sweet spot. Yes. By a round of applause, how many people came out specifically to see Zach Galifianakis this evening? Very funny Zach Galifianakis. It's a lot of people. So why the fuck am I going on last? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of Zach. I'm sick of Sarah Silverman. I'm sick of all these people whose pictures are bigger than mine on the flyer going on second to last and making me go on last. Fuck you. You have earned the responsibility of being the draw, so you can come out and fucking close it up. If you're a little worried about your act, work harder on it. Work harder. Why don't you write some more? You write all the time. Yeah, I fucking do. Very prolific. Got a ton of material. I have to come out here and have a mediocre set after everybody had the experience that they came for. That was great birthday cake. Who wants potatoes? Nobody. Nobody wants potatoes. We just had birthday cake. Why would we want potatoes? You idiot. Fucking Zach backstage. Oh, I didn't make up the list. You don't seem to be saying you're going to go on last, though. You don't seem to be saying that. It seems like you're fine with the way that it is. Look, the ace I have up my sleeve is that I'm the best comedian in the world. So, you absolutely should not indulge that behavior at all. Because guess what? Now it will be impossible to back that up. I thought I was digging the hole, but it turns out you guys were digging the hole for me. Very curious turn of events. Don't blow away, piece of paper. Let me get my sippy in. All right. We were talking about this backstage. There's an article in the Los Angeles Times about joke thievery. Did anybody see this? Yeah. Fucking is there absolutely nothing going on in the world? The LA Times finally like, hey, I just found out about YouTube. Who else has heard about this? Why didn't you guys tell me? Comedy's my beat. Here's why joke thieving continues to happen, and why it will always happen forever, is because the general public doesn't give a shit about it. You know why? Because the general public is joke thieves themselves. That's how humor gets passed around, is that people hear something funny, maybe some generous people will start off by quoting it and say, I saw this funny thing on TV last night, or I read this funny cartoon, or even a guy that I know said this funny thing. That's if people feel like they're being generous, right? Most people will just hear something funny like, got it, and then they will just repeat it. And then they're the funny guy at the office. Picnic. I made it a picnic at the end. I didn't need to do that, but I thought, wouldn't it be more fun if we were at a picnic discovering this guy was a joke thief? It's a hot day. Let's go outside. So, for my comedy scenarios. So yeah, so Joe Rogan can pop all the fucking veins in his neck that he wants and get up and crash all of Carlos Mencia's shows. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the person you have to get to care is doing the very thing that you're trying to get them to be against. They're like, well, because you'll see the comments on YouTube are like, hey, it's who does it funnier, right? Well, there you go. That's the attitude that you're up against. That's like if you translated that to murder, you know, and people are like, maybe that guy had it coming, you know? Then that would be outrageous. But because it's joke thievery, it's not going to happen. So here's what I'll say to all of you. Keep stealing jokes. I don't fucking care. Because I don't write jokes. I write comedy material based on my unique point of view. That's why I'm immune to it. So everybody who writes jokes, you guys are fucked. Anything that can be expressed in less than 7 seconds, you are out of luck. You better start writing now because these people are way ahead of you. That was weird. Okay. I just got back from performing in San Francisco, which, sure, which is a lovely city that is unfortunately filled with people. San Francisco, as you know, has been engaged in a one-sided feud with Los Angeles for as long as anyone in San Francisco can care to remember. It's tedious and tiresome, and I don't like having to go up there and say that I live in Los Angeles. I don't like being made to feel ashamed of it. Like saying on a stage, so I came up here from Los Angeles, boo! Are you really doing that? You're really, like I'm a person. You know what I mean? I'm still a person. You know what I love about living in San Francisco is that it's just such an open-minded city. It's so non-judgmental and just welcoming of all types. Where did you say you live? I live in Los Angeles. Boo! That is my home. That seems like a crazy thing to do to someone. To boo the place where they live. Have you ever been to Los Angeles? No! I wouldn't go there on a bet. Well, let me tell you what it's like. No, let me tell you what it's like. I know all about it, person who lives there. But they are not the worst. The worst is New Yorkers who find themselves anywhere other than New York. They can't believe it that there's a rest of the world. Why? What's the point? You got everything you need in New York. Why should I go to, China when I got Chinatown? I get it, Chinese people. Who needs to go to Big Italy? People from New York like to tell you, they like to ask you what time it is, and then tell you what they could be doing in New York at that hour. It's always outrageous. They can't believe what is not happening where you are. Always involves food. These people want to eat around the clock. What time is it? 9:30. Bull. This is New York. We already have eaten a barrel of pierogies by now. I would set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning, eat a wedding cake, and then go back to bed. You're not supposed to eat around the clock. That's wildly unhealthy. Any doctor will tell you, take a break from eating. That's what sleep is for. What is 11:30? Duh, this is New York. We'd be drinking turpentine. Why? Why would you? Don't drink turpentine. There's 6 turpentine bars that I know of. Stay open all night because it's not technically alcohol. And nobody gets carded. Me and my son are both blind. Hey, what time is it? Oh, 3:30. This is New York. We'd be unraveling a mummy right now. You can't do that. Yeah, we do it all the time. I like those mummies got bandages on their faces. What are they trying to hide? I say we unravel that motherfucker. New York.